My beautiful friends, my lovely friends, we have to talk. I have a bunch of stuff to cover with you today. It's important, so pay attention here. Sorry. Let's see. Are you surprised that we just had a trifecta of record highs for the stock market? Yeah, every major indice just closed at a new record high. And come closer. I'm going to tell you a secret. It's not over yet. Not even close. Not even close. And I'm going to cover why, what's happening, despite today, for example, we got not one, but 2 rounds of abysmal economic news. The president just got impeached yesterday. And there was a guy out here yesterday, who explained to you that once the PSYOP played out, stocks were going to go higher. Now, the president months ago said if he were impeached, stocks would crash. I guess I got that one right, huh? This is a game. It's not real. It's divide and conquer. One agenda, one party. Politics are driving the markets. I want you to understand that. I think you know that. The Federal Reserve, no more federal than Federal Express, is the government. They are running the entire show. And I'm going to talk more about that as we move forward. So yeah, new record highs across the board for the stock market. Crude oil, again, its highest close, I believe, since September, yet again. And I'm going to let you in on another secret. It's going up. I've been explaining this to all of you for a long time. Look, I won't let you down, and I know you won't let me down. That's why when I ask you to share my videos, support my work, you do. And I want to thank you for that. So now that we understand that stocks are going up, crude is going up, what does it mean for other assets? You already know. You're going to see pressure remain on cryptos. You're going to see pressure remain on metals. But people, these are where the bargains are. These are risk-off assets, which means they are on freaking sale. You understand? These are not trades. I know you get that, but no matter how many times I say it, people ask me, Greg, well, you know, silver went down today, and you said it was going to go higher. Duh! Did I really say that today, or do I always tell you it's a long-term trade since its inception? People, look, these are suppressed assets. They are deliberately suppressed. Cryptos, metals, this is the truth. These are being done deliberately by institutions, by the banks, okay? So get used to it. Get used to it and play the game. Let them do what they got to do. We will do what we know we should be doing, period. It can't be more simple. Now, what I would like to do here is cover a few things with you, kind of a little blow by blow. It's so revolting to me, I must tell you. So this morning we get the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index craters. Its lowest reading in 6 months. It's not going to stop. Our economy is in free fall. Period. You know that. Excuse me. Now, shortly after we got this, this guy, there's something about this guy that just gets under my skin. You know, Fed President Williams here. He came out with his smug, smiley face, and this is exactly what he said. Their repo operations are working out well and should stay in place for as long as needed. You see, this guy, again, explained to you that this would be perpetual. The Federal Reserve, the banks involved in this scam, the repo scam, are pumping tens and sometimes hundreds of billions of dollars per day into this market. It's amounting to trillions, but You're not supposed to know that. And the Fed is buying the entire yield curve. Let's move forward. The second piece of bad economic news. This is right here. U.S. home sales tumble 1.7%. Oh, but we're booming. You see, what they're trying to do is explain to you or lie to you that there's a shortage. There is no housing shortage. There is a shortage of affordable homes. We are in a bubble. It's massive, but no one wants to call it that. When any asset moves above the ability for the average person to buy on an average salary, you have a bubble. It's a bubble. It's incredible. But again, no. It's a shortage. But they won't tell you a shortage of affordable housing. It's unbelievable. Let's move forward here. So I go on to say, so far today, not one but two more rounds of terrible economic news. Yet stocks have hit new all-time record highs. It's impossible to make this stuff up, people, but here we are. The market is a psyop, and the psyop continues. It's incredible. Absolutely freaking incredible. All right, here we go. Well, I covered this already. Remember when President Trump said months ago, if he were in peace, this market would crash? That was a scare tactic. Again, it was a divide and conquer tactic. He is fully embedded in the psyop that's being played on you, the American people. The Democrats are in it too. It's a combined, concerted effort to bring about their agenda. And you know what it is. Their agenda is the agenda of the central banks. Issue more debt. Bury the American people in more debt. You know, there's a disturbing thing I wanted to read to you. Let me find this real quick. Give me a second. Here we go. I want you to pay attention to this here, okay? Two things. Household debt has now ballooned to its highest level ever. U.S. citizens are now carrying their highest debt loads in recorded history. And yeah, they continue to borrow. And this is a report here from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This is their words, not Greg Mannarino. Are you ready? 43% of American adults struggle to make ends meet, and 34% of those surveyed reported experiencing material hardships like running out of food. Does this sound like a booming economy to you? But this is what we're being fist-fed. You just can't honestly make this crap up. It's crazy. Now, I want to give you all an example of what you should not do as a lion. I made a terrible mistake today trading, and I want to share this with you so you don't repeat my error. So I'm going to read this to you. I posted this earlier. Lions, let me give you an example of what not to do. I was in a trade earlier, one trade. I was up $440. I went to close the trade. Well, I accidentally closed the trade using a market order. Yeah, I'm an imbecile. Believe me, I usually click limit, and I never, ever use market orders. That's the truth. Now, because I accidentally used a market order when it closed, you know how much I took out of a trade that was up $440? $72. These market makers will rape you if you use market orders. So don't do like the dodo head here, Greg Mannarino, which I never do, and use a market order. I actually did not have a great day in the market. I pulled $122.13 out of this market today. Even on days like today, well, in large part was because of this one trade. I mean, I should have done much better, but I pulled out $122 and change from this market despite the rally. That's it. Once in a while, you got to expect low returns. That's life in the big city. I'm not complaining. I just want, again, my Lions to understand that this is the way it is from time to time. I already told you crude, highest close since September yet again, and it's going up. Now, I'm going to give you another heads up here, people, and I'm going to do this sporadically. My website's getting a redo, as you know. My quant system is going away. Once it goes away, it's over, okay? So do yourself a favor. TradersChoice.net. Go to my website. It's free. Go to my website and get the quant system before it goes away, because when it goes away, I swear it's gone. So, you know, I'm giving you a heads up now. I'm going to do it again. It's free. Go to my stinking website right now. Right now. There's a link in the description of this video. Go to TradersChoice.net. and download this. And I'm sorry, it's not a downloadable document. You can copy and paste the pages so you have them, or take pictures of them, save them in your computer so you have the quant system. Okay, let's move on. I told you about household debt. I told you about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. I find this so disturbing that 43% of American people are struggling to make ends meet, and 34% surveyed reporting material hardship is like running out of food. Could you imagine that? I cannot imagine that. Now, this is another thing that freaks me out. Goldman Sachs is in talks with the U.S. government to settle what they're calling the 1MDB scandal for about $2 billion. Well, what is the 1MDB scandal? How about this? This was a corruption scandal that Goldman Sachs was involved in, involving the Malaysian government. So why would a Wall Street bank be getting involved in the political arena? Because the banks run the freaking world, and they're going to pay a $2 billion fine. Oh! Where are the arrests? How about this? 0. All right? So you go ahead and think that the world is run by presidents, kings, queens, or monarchs. No, it's run by the banks. Break out of your delusion today. Now here's another beautiful one I want to talk about. China! China says it's in touch. This is exactly what they're saying. They're in touch with the United States on signing this phase 1 deal, which is going to be signed next month. Mnuchin said early next month. Really? Oh, okay. We'll see about that. It's unbelievable. Now, here, look. I want to cover this real quick. It's important. You have all heard me explain to you how these valuations in the stock market cannot be justified for I don't know how long. Well, here, the mainstream financial channels, this is Bloomberg, they're finally admitting, well, you know what? Here, air keeps pumping into the stock market, inflating valuations. It's a balloon. Really? So what are they telling you? It's a bubble. Open your eyeballs. Just a little bit. They're so far behind the curve. It's freaking vomitous. It's the truth. Now, here's another story that was covered earlier about the Federal Reserve pumping epic sums into the debt market, into the repo market. And let me tell you this, people, we haven't seen anything yet. And I mean 0. Absolute 0. All right, let me get out of this real quick. So, look, I think I covered a lot of important stuff. Let me go over this crap again real quick. New record highs across the board for stocks. They're not done. They're going higher. Crude oil, same thing. Every mechanism that you can think of and things you can't even imagine are going to be put forth to prop this up. People, we already know this. Massive capital injections into this debt market, including the repo market. We're talking about trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars are being pumped into the debt market. It's a deliberate act to keep the market propped up in our free fall economy. All right? Anybody, and I'm calling out the president here, he is a liar. Anyone that tells you that our economy is booming, while 43% of Americans are facing hardships here and borrowing from their credit cards to make ends meet, is a liar. Okay, and I don't want to hear, oh, they all lie, it's always supposed to fix it. You got to be a sub-moron. We all know they lie. Yeah, but this takes the cake. And the stock market is going to continue higher. The gap between the economy in free fall and the stock market in a euphoric state is going to continue to get wider. And you can only imagine when these things meet how this is going to play out, people. The Fed is determined to suppress rates from here as far as the eye can see. And when you have a sitting United States president calling for deeper rate cuts, in the negative, calling for more quantitative easing, more than we have now, where do you think stocks are going? You think we're going to crash tomorrow? Really? No, we aren't crashing tomorrow. And they're not done pumping this market. They're not done. Especially right now with understand how the mechanism works. The big wigs of corporate America, They get paid bonuses based on the share of their stock price at the end of the year. Do you think this president is going to let the market drop? Do you think the Fed is going to let the market drop? No, all these guys and girls got to be paid off. Then, after the new year, we'll see how that plays out. I would not be surprised to see stocks take a hit after the new year and then go get propped right back up again. Let me say this too real quick. So again, President Trump said, if he were impeached, there's going to be a stock market crash. That didn't play out. Played out like I said. Once it was out of the way, stocks were going to go up. Now if, and it ain't happening, the president were removed from office, how would that affect the stock market? You think it would crash? You think that would be it? How about this? No. Okay? Absolute zero. But he's going to scare you. You're going to hear the scare tactic. Sure, stocks would take a hit, but they will get propped right back up higher than they were before. Do you think the debt acquisition on an unprecedented scale is going to stop just because he was taken out of office? Or if a Democrat wins? If a Democrat wins, the debt acquisition is going to get worse. Worse. So forget about the dog shit talk about, oh, if President Trump doesn't win the election, the stock market's going to crash. No. It'll go up because more debt is going to be pumped into it. This is fake. This is a fascist, communist, rigged market to the highest order. You know that. And I don't give a damn where the stock market goes. I'm making money if it goes up, and I'm going to make money if it goes down. Me and my lions got this down to a science. I keep all of you so far ahead of this curve that it's frankly frightening. I tell you things that are going to happen before they do. I can't remember the last time I was wrong. That's the truth. All right, look, this guy is having a little bit of a fit. Loves you a lot. I think this video has been profoundly important. Please share it. Get it out there. And one last time, Quant System's going away. Go to my website, traderschoice.net, and get it for yourself. I'll see you in the morning.